Hey everyone, so we're here to talk about potentially problematic movies containing truthful and harmful situations according to some.
Here's your hot chocolate, just like you likes it. Who told you you could walk your black Louisiana ass into our dining room? You got ears, nigga? Get on out of here.
I understand a lot of movies can be difficult to watch, but if a movie's set in that time period, and if you want a truthful display of what happened back then these are the right depiction of the story. If you don't enjoy these type of movies, then don't watch them. You've also got to take into consideration its acting. Of course, things like this have really happened in the past, and still sometimes do, but that's important why it still needs to be shown. It does make sense to have a caution sign before the film, stating some of the images or situations the scenes contain. Disney's Pocahontas left out a lot of historical events. For that reason, a lot of viewers don't like it. Movies like Perfect Harmony, for example, are very accurately told, and even for a Disney Channel movie, it explains why it's important not to judge. If someone's that ignorant to not see beyond the color, or religion, or lifestyle, then watching a movie isn't going to change their perspective.
What are you doing in my room? You expect me to sleep on that bed after you sat on it? Leave me alone, Paul. I'm going to have to burn the sheets. And you with me, Paul, leave me alone.
Cinema is one of the most popular and beautiful pieces of art form on Earth, and it shouldn't be taken away just because of what's happening in society. Unfortunately, it's something that's going to happen in life. I like to say we could all stand together and be one happy community, but as much as you or many others may want something, it's not going to make it happen. There's always going to be someone else out there against someone for some reason. You can riot, stand up for rights all day, but it's not going to change everybody. Everyone has different upbringings, different outlooks on life, different people. And if that person would have a conscience, watching these movies, if anything, would let them see why this time period was wrong. You can't just go killing or hating people because they look or live differently than you. And what if when we watch the news, are they gonna label that too? Sure, they may explain why someone committed the crime, but it's not gonna justify it. It still makes it wrong, and what we see doesn't change that. Just like the movies you're watching, there's all different plots and storylines and time periods that explains why the scene plays out the way it does. Most people can read between the lines and don't need it explained to us.
Here right now. Tell them, your buddies, tell them to get out of here. Well, what are you standing there for?
You scared no little boy. They ain't come here to hurt you. There ain't no need to be letting off no shotgun telling them to leave either. You understand?
Well, then keep them off my property.
These movies are also a monument to remind us of what happened and the people that suffered during this time. Like having a statue in the park or a museum, it's important to remember so we don't backtrack. There's been a lot of wrong representations in movies about mental illness, where someone having it has been portrayed as dangerous. For example, just because someone might want to hurt themselves, it doesn't mean they'd want to hurt others.
You have to go back 10 years to the time when Norman murdered his mother and her lover. Now, he was already dangerously disturbed. Had been ever since his father died.
We get a choice in the movies we watch, and we get to decide whether we're inspired by them or not, for good or bad. Such as how we treat animals, different races, or even police brutality or parenting. As a teenager, I watched Brokeback Mountain about two gay cowboys, and before I came out as gay, it was really inspiring to me, since that type of movie became so popular. But the time period it was set in, that lifestyle is frowned upon, much more so than now. As a young adult, I realized that that was decades ago, and for the most part, society has changed a lot since then. It was unsettling to watch, but it also reminded me how much easier I have it compared to then, and made me thankful for what we have now.